Hi guys, welcome back to Man Cave Models. As you can see, yes, we've been a little bit busy. It's a few oil washes, a few other little problems like bits breaking. I've had to stick the wheels on because they keep falling off, which is getting really annoying, and these are stuck in place now as well, jerry cans. But yeah, this is what we're up to. So if you grab yourselves a nice cup of coffee, sit back, or if you're building along, get your paintbrush out or your oil paints and washes and do the same as I'm doing. But yes, that's it. And just for a quick one from before we do anything else, guys, please like and subscribe. It helps me grow the channel, lets me know you're enjoying the videos. And also there won't be a video next week because I'm having some work done in the cave, windows fitted and stuff like that. But yeah, so I have to pack everything away for a couple of weeks. About a week actually, but you know what it's like when you move all your stuff. Nightmare, innit? But yeah, it's we're getting there. It's a big old thing to paint though. God, the end result's going to be really nice, but it is one hell of a job to do. So, but yeah, I'll shush my mush and we can get on, and you see how I got as far as I did. So, I thought we could start on some of the odds and bods, to be honest. Let's get a decent brush. Now this isn't, I'm not doing anything crazy with this. All I am going to do is I've made an oil wash of raw umber and oil paint. That's all I've done, and it's quite thin. Just try to show you that. There, that. If you can see, get my hand out of the way, at least. It's not too thick. I keep meaning to get odorless thinners, and I keep forgetting. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over the tops, bang it right in. I don't normally do a full wash, but I'm going to for a change. It might look a bit heavy, but we will go back over this and take some of it back off. So that's all I'm going to do is that, and darken it down too much. I've got a pile of stuff, so I'm just going to carry on and whiz through some of this. You may have noticed I've painted the wheels. It was nothing crazy. I just painted them with Tamier's rubber black, and then just a dry brush of the same colour with a little bit of a buff in it, just to bring it out ready for washes and stuff. And the only reason I did that is because I needed to gloss coat everything in one go, so we can plod along. It's a bit, whatever that is. It was annoying me, that was. This is just how we're going to go around this. And being the fact we're using oil paint, is I can come back to this in an hour, couple hours, once it's dry, with a damped cloth or whatever I want to use, damped, and pull some of it back off, because it won't go off. I find I use I have tried, I can't think of it, Ammo Mix wash. Let's pull it all out. It is, yeah, I've tried their washes, and to be fair, I don't get that much luck with it. I can put it on, unless you come back within a certain amount of time. I find it sort of it stains. The dust ones are probably the worst for it. So yeah, so that's all we're doing. We're just going to do that on the wheels, jerry cans, and go on. I'm fed up with painting jerry cans, boys. This is why when we painted this, we went a few tones lighter, because it will darken it up in places. So just allow for it to start, and you shouldn't be too bad. So I wasn't going to use their straps that came with the kit. I was going to use some lead foil and make my own. Apparently I can't find my lead foil. You know when you put something away and then you don't know where you put it? It was like one of those ones that, oh, I'm not using it, I'll just put it there for a minute. There's a nice roll of it as well. And I'm like, oh, I'm not using it, and all of a sudden I decide to use it, I can't find it. So that's that side of the wheel's done. I've got to let that lot go off. So it's going to be a bit of do a bit, move it, trouble having loads of bits. So let's just start looking at so I was going to do, I've got all the files for the ones to do this in 1/16 scale with their with the Tacom Jeep. Now I won't, for myself more than anything, I won't do it on the video because you've just done the 1/6 scale one. It's the same Jeep, just bigger, isn't it? So we're just looking at them earlier to print off bits and pieces. So as what I should have done is, when I'm printing bits off for this, I should have done it in both scales. See, that takes up all my right side, just those little bits. Those little bits just make a right stash. One of those videos, this will be, I suspect, where it's like a lot of just, I'm going to say it, I can't help myself, dodgy music. It's such a shame. I've done it before, and I've tried to put something decent on, and the trouble is YouTube do the copyright thing, and alright, they let it go, but they can't, if somebody decides that they want to complain about it, they'll pull your video. And if you put a lot of time into a video, you've done it on a build series, that's your video gone, isn't it? So it's not even worth the risk. But then it's funny because I've watched other videos and they've got all sorts of music, and you think, how are they getting away with that? But they do. So. So I normally my semi-gloss coat, I normally use I've been using it for a while, is the Pledge floor polish, but I found recently I'm getting a bit of a weird vibe with it, when like it can affect this. This can go through your paint quite quick. So I thought I'd try the Vallejo one, and so I was trying to pick my words then. It seems to be quite nice actually. It went down quite well. Looks a bit weird, can look a bit weird when it goes down. Like you're like, ooh, that looks a bit chalky or milky. A bit like when you know your matte paint's going to go a bit funny. Or frosty, should I say. Don't worry about the streaking. Not yet anyway. Worry about it, I have to go, oh no! Find something to put that one on. Good thing about having a bench full of stuff. It's always somewhere to put something. So I have enjoyed this build, guys. It's been fun, but it's also been a pain in the butt for having anywhere to put anything, because it just takes up so much room. You notice I've glued these together now. I just wanted to make sure that I had the chipping and all that in, so if you look down you can still see it. Not too worried about like weathering the whole can. Well, that sounds awful out there. That's what this was supposed to be for. Took me ages to clean my mat off the other day. Yeah, like I say, don't worry about your oil paints getting everywhere, because like I say, we will go back over this. Bit more towel. Yeah, we can start dry this, get this lot dried out, and we can start actually looking at getting bits stuck in place. Oh, so it's filming today Sunday, which means for me, not you, me, Rose Sunday. And the good thing about doing this is it sort of helps blend your colours in together as well. So, don't want to tell you how to suck eggs, anybody, but for those that don't do a lot of this stuff, sorry about that. I've got roasty dinner. Oh, lovely dubblies. Can't move afterwards, mind you. So we're going to whiz through these bits in a minute, and then hopefully be able to get over there and have a look, start taking some of this back off a little bit. So that was the one that I did last. These jerry cans that are taking the time to do anything. You wouldn't think some. Well, I say you wouldn't think something so small. You notice I'm not actually being too fussy with this either. I sort of slap it on. So, Christmas is around the corner. I know, that nasty word again. So I thought I'd go and invest in a jerry can treelet. Get some lights. Drill bit there, look. Sometimes you feel these a little bit like they're going to come off like that, and then it does. So this is, what did I say? I should have known better. Looks like I'm going to have to stick that one back on, am I? No, it's gone. There you go. Find something to stick in there now. Ah, that should do it. Good old wedge. Yeah, so like I say, nothing crazy with this. Just I say, even if you don't do all the area that you're going to do, we're not going to do the whole areas on the Jeep. I'm only doing the most on these areas because they're small areas. It just gives it that little bit of extra grime in the recesses more than anything. So. I think these are Dragons do a set of German jerry cans. I think these I've had these for years. But I was building something else. I can't remember what it was now. It was either my M5 Stuart that I redid, or I got them for a project. I got a catting crag, can't pronounce it, to do in 1/6. And I might have got the German ones for that. I can't really remember. Stick that one like that because you sort of got to go flat. No, you ain't. That's no, I'm telling lies. I'll do this side as well. They're amazing. It's pilling down out there, and as soon as it rains, you can guarantee you're going to hear the siren go off. So that's that one. Let's put that over there a minute. Got a little flimsy to do. He's so flimsy, man. Put that one there, look. So you can see that was I've been gone and had my dinner, and they're still quite wet. So you got to give a nice bit of working time. Yeah. Oop. So if I can move that, removing a few bits, move that, handy, got that and that to do. That's what's done. I just want something I can put it on. That'll do. That'll do nicely, thank you. So guys, this was painted the same way the Jeep was. It was just a bit with the chipping through there, just went a lot heavier, a bit like with the jerry can, just in case anybody is wondering. Yeah, so guys, this was done the same way I did the jerry cans. I just went a bit heavier with the chipping and added a couple extra lighter tones of rust in there. I'm just going to move this light out of the way, then we can bring the Jeep itself over them. So that's the Jeep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the steering wheel out and take the bonnet off for the inside part. Just make life a little bit easier. I know I keep wanting to glue it all down, but luckily I haven't, so I'm still being able to work on stuff. So yeah, like I say, we're going to start on the inside and just plod around it, and like I say, also we're not going to go all over everything. So like, start here, let. So here's a question for you. Anybody that knows where you can buy lead foil for doing the straps and stuff in the UK, leave us a comment, please. Because I've given up looking for my foil. Yeah, looks messy, but it won't. Well, it will look a little bit messy, but it will start making sense again in a minute with it. So I'll just bring over the other bit, the big bit. Right, the same again, all over. Right guys, that's the both sides done. I'm going to have to do the back and the front off camera because there's just not enough room to get it in shot. So I'll be back in a second. So we had a bit of drying time. Some bits are taking longer than others. So all we're going to do is get some clean thinners. Damp down a bit of kitchen rug. All we're going to do is just come along and just dab it off, which it isn't going to do. I love this job, I really do. So there is another way of doing that. So just going to reactivate it a little bit in places. It does go, you just got to add a bit more. So I don't want to go too mad because I want a bit of the grime still. So the wheels are still quite wet. I'm not quite sure why, but they are. So I'm going to do them off camera. You see what I'm doing, and I'll come back when it's all done. So I'm still waiting for a lot of that to dry off. I'm not too worried if these aren't too dry for this. So yeah, I've lost me straight. So I thought I could go over the wheels with so this is the cursed soil. I'm just going to thin it out a bit. I don't know if I'm going to get away with this, but I'm going to use thinners because it's enamel anyway. So what I'm looking for, the reason I'm thinning this, yes, you can put it on, let it dry, and then take it back off. But I also want it to go in around all these bits. Now what I need to do, this is going to be messy I suspect, is to put him on there. And don't, you know, when you put it on, don't be afraid to put it on. So we're going to do these two, which are the spare wheels, but we're going to be a lot lighter, thinner coat just to dust them up a little bit. Just want to get a little bit in around those places. So let's get on with that. Right, so thinned it out a little bit more. We're just going to do the same thing as we've done on the others. Stick them on. It's quite handy having a pot. That's all I'm going to do. It's as thin as that. bit of drying time. And all I'm going to, I've damped this down with some thinners, and all I'm doing is this. And you see it coming off. I'm not looking for loads to come off. That's all I'm looking for. Same with the other side. Keep it in the direction centre out as well. That's all we're doing. That's all I want to do for now. Let that lot dry. I think that one I've got to do I? No, I've done. But yeah, so that's it really. It's all a bit tacky, so I shall have to leave that lot till tomorrow now. But yeah, that's all we're doing for now. We'll let that dry back, but you get a half decent looking, that'll dry back better, but you'll get a half decent looking tyre rather than just a black wheel. But yeah, that'll do. Bit of drying time, following day actually, to be precise. So it's all nice and dry now. So what I was going to do is, it's getting late. Not through plan. Life always ends up throwing something at you. So all I was going to do is start adding a bit of darkness around some boats and stuff like that. Boom, like that. Because we're going to go around with one more like very controlled wash. I'm probably doing this just to, the reason I'm doing it on this side is because the back edge is because I wanted to make sure that my mix wasn't too dark or too thick. So we're not going to go everywhere with this, so we're going to do around, especially on the hubs, around here. And this is basically the drab. Told you I'm going mad. This is basically the raw umber oil paint that we made up again, but I've added a bit of black just to darken it up a little bit for what we're going to do. And I'm not too worried about it being dark because, like I say, we're going to go over with another washer. That's all I'm going to start doing, is start picking out a few bits and pieces. So I shall be quiet and I'll just get these done, so you'll get that dodgy music round about. That's the bonnet. That's what I mean. We're not going to go too crazy with it. Just trying to darken up some of these places. We're going to come across with a lighter dust into places, so it will tone some of this back again. but it sort of like makes it light, but you get that dark recess. If that makes any sense. We'll do same to the seats. Yeah, so sorry. So yeah, it's a big kit to do, but it's the drying times. When you start putting oil washers on, because it's like such a big area, just takes forever to dry. So I'm just going to touch around some of these little places like this, because I know that some of these bits have still got to be painted. I like the gaiters and stuff like that first. But if I do that, when it dries, I can see where I need to paint to, and plus I can filter it back so it gives it a little bit more depth. But yeah, bear with me, I'm just going to go and get the Jeep. Ah, one Jeep. Right, let's move some of this stuff again. Constantly moving kit. Wheels look nice. The tyres look even nicer once they've dry brushed again, just to bring back some of the black around here and places. But it'd be nice to get the things, nice to get them on. So we're just going to do the same as I've done everywhere else. Excuse me, just going to have a drink. But I think, to be fair, we'll get another wash on this, and that will probably be this for this video, because I need to really stop and let everything dry back thoroughly, because this is still it's dry but it's not dry, if that makes any sense. So just going to go around nuts and bolts and stuff. Right, so that's us being around all the nuts and bolts and bits and bobs. I'm going to leave it there, let this lot dry out for a bit. I am finding that things are snapping, and it's not through me lifting and shifting this around too much. The plastic's quite brittle, so there's a couple of repairs to do here and there. So if you are giving it oil washes, just watch out for the plastics, guys, because it does go a little bit brittle with the thinners. So alright, but we'll let this dry and then we'll do a dust coat into areas, and then that will probably be it. Alright, so let's let this go and then we'll get back on and this is dry. Well, after even more drying time, this I think this will be the last coat of anything we put on this, because I'm going to need to leave it for a few days to dry. Now I can put a matte coat on it. So what we're going to do on this one is I've made up a mix of what do I do? Titanium white, and I think it was an ochre on oil with oil paint, which comes out with it's like a really fleshy tone, but it's great for dust. So I've started just in there. I'll put a bit on there now, and so I'll have to take this off to show you for a minute now. I didn't think you wouldn't see it. So I've just started in here, and you can just see it around here, and over there you are. You can see there. Look. Well, I've put it in like that, and all I want to do is then I want to come in and just blend it around a bit. And that's all I need to do. And I'm going to do that in like a few little crevices around where the seats go. Like here, you can see on that one. I've got to do this one in a minute. Places like that where a bit of dust would generally settle, and it will just. That's why I wasn't too worried about it being a dark, the darker wash going in places, because I was going to come back in with a little bit of this in places, and it is really just to give that slight dusty effect in places as well. So. So that's the inside part done. We'll let that dry back a little bit, because I don't really want any straight lines. You can just damp your brush down again with a little bit of thinners, and you can move it around a bit. So we're looking for like areas like there, you get it, in creases and around here. And that's as far as I'm going to go with the inside, because we've still got a few little jobs left to do in there. No more washes in there now though. I think that will do us. You could probably go a lot further, but to be fair, it's as far as I'm happy to go with it. So we can stick the seats back in for a minute, and then that way I can keep an eye on what I'm doing. There's a couple little places of paint that I need to touch up just in there that I obviously didn't see when I sprayed it. It's just one of the biggest issues with such a big kit. We've still got we've got all the metallizing to do and stuff like that yet, but we'll do that once this lot is dried and we've had a good and another coat of varnishes on it to protect what we've done. So I'll put the bonnet back on, and then we shall have a look where we're going to go next. So I'm kind of thinking around like where the hinges sit here, around here, definitely around here, down here, definitely around these, around the top there. Bend again. Oh, watch that, keeps bending, it's going to snap in a minute. I'll be glad when I get the jerry cans in place, to be honest. So I'll get on with that. Yeah, like I say, you don't have to go too mad with this. It's just get it in, fade it in. We're trying to give it that crusty looking look, so yeah, we're getting there. I'm going to do this side next, and I might have to do the front and the back off camera because of the room. But yeah, I'll get on again. So as far as I can go with the sides, so we've done the inside, we've done the two sides, I've got to do the front and back. I'll do that now, but I'll have to do, like I say, I'll do it off camera, then I'll come back to you. I've added some of the stowage back, mainly because I'm fed up putting it on and off, but also we want to sort of weather some of this in place as well. So that's our next thing. So we've done the fronts, the back. I haven't gone too mad with it. So I'm just going to start going over some of these in a few places. Yeah, but we are getting there. I've got the wheels and everything to do yet, but like I say, you can only do so much. That's as far as I want to go with that. I need to let that lot dry back, and then we can decide where we want to go with that. I might let this let. That was nice and clean earlier. But, oh well. So that's going to take us onto the wheels to do. Yeah, so I'll move this out of the way again, over to there, and I'll be back, and then I'll come, because I want to just go over the wheels and the tyres with a thinned out version, just to carry on toning it down. But yeah, so far we're looking pretty good. Back with the wheels. Yeah, same sort of scenario, dust around a few places, and then shouldn't be too long. I shall just carry on. just let this lot dry and put everything back together then. So all the washes have dried. I've had to repair a few little bits and pieces. I'll just put it on the spinny table a little bit easier. Yeah, looking pretty good. We're going to have to go with another varnish and a matte varnish just to take the shine out of it a little bit and let it dry off a little bit more. We'll still need dry brushing, a bit more gunk under there, but I really need to let it dry. All the shocks have actually snapped off where the location points are. You can just see it in there, look. So they've got to go back on. Yeah, a few. It doesn't like the oil washes, this plastic. It's a little bit on the brittle side, but guys, that's where we are for this week. I'm sorry to say there won't be a video next week. We're having some work done in the house and I've got to empty the cave, so this has to be put somewhere sensible out of the way. So I shall do a few little bit jobs in between just to get a few little jobs on it done, like repair the bits that are broken and stuff like that. But yeah, this is our Jeep so far. It's starting to look really nice, isn't it? Be nice if that turntable was a little bit slower though. But guys, yeah, thanks for watching again. Hope you're enjoying the videos. If you are, please like and subscribe. It helps me grow the channel. And thank you to anybody that has subscribed. It's really good because it's, like I say, it helps me grow the channel. This is, I don't do this as a job, it's a hobby, and it's quite a few evenings after work, so yeah, it's quite good. But yeah, we are getting there. But for now, I won't see you next week, like I said. So have a good week, everybody. If you're building along, build something else. But yeah, good one. Cheers.